welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for clicking on today's video. My name's Olivia. So as you can tell by the title, today's video is a Joanna K Cosmetics review part 2. So when I did the video last week, I had purchased 2 liquid lipsticks from Joanna K Cosmetics by myself, and then I put up the video, and Joanna actually watched the video and reached out to me and said that she wanted to send me the full PR package of the full Aspire collection. So that's what I have today, and that's what I'm going to review. So I have a full eyeshadow palette and 4 liquid lipsticks to review for you on screen. So the eyes and the lips that I've got on now are part of the Aspire collection. I have used only those products on my eyes and on my lips. So just to give you a flavour of what can be achieved with the palette and the liquid lipstick. So before we get into the main video, of course I can't let you start before I let you know that you have to subscribe to my channel. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join the fam gang, it would be lovely to have you on board. And if you haven't also, please go ahead and make sure to follow me over on Instagram. I am Olivia Akumu over there as well. Keep up with me and my daily tidbits. 2019 is that year. Thank you so much, by the way, to everybody that voted and left comments here and over on my Instagram stories about which days you would like me to film. I have promised you 2 uploads per week going forward, and if I have extra time, then possibly 3. So you will be getting videos on a Wednesday and Friday morning. So make sure that you have turned on your post notifications if you haven't already, just to make sure that you catch that. So you'll see me midweek, and then you'll see me towards the end of the week. And then if you're lucky, I might do something on a Monday, but it's not always guaranteed, but definitely Wednesday and Friday. If I'm not uploading on those days, then definitely step on my neck, let me know. Yeah, so enough rambling, guys, let's get started. Alright, so this is what the PR package looked like. It came in a lovely white box with a black border and the Joanna K logo over on the front. And when you open it up like this, that's what it looks like inside. So there's, at the top here, there were pictures of Joanna and a little post-it note, a little note, handwritten note from Joanna herself, which I thought was so nice. It says, "Hey Olivia, thank you so much for the support you've shown my brand so far. I truly appreciate it. I'd love to hear your honest thoughts on the rest of the collection. Happy New Year, love, Joanna." So this is the entire Aspire collection. So it comes with the eyeshadow palette up here at the top and 4 liquid lipsticks at the bottom. As you guys know, I have already reviewed 2 of the liquid lipsticks, which are these shades over here, Unapologetic, which is that lovely red, and Basically, which was that gorgeous nude. So today I'll be playing around with the palette and the rest of the shades to give you an idea of what they look like. So unfortunately my palette cracked in transit, and I've just knocked it right now, so it's broken even more. Basically 2 of my eyeshadows have broken and have cracked completely everywhere. Let me just try and get rid of those broken bits. Oh gosh. So the palette looks like this without the splodges of eyeshadow everywhere. So it's a beautiful white packaging with a nice wide mirror here at the top. It says Joanna K, and then you get all of these shadows here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 10 shadows in total, and 5 mattes and 5 shimmers, so evenly split. So the shades are Bold, which is a gorgeous orange, Transition, a mid-tone brown, Dancing Queen, a kind of shimmery, bronzy, goldy brown, Gold Digger, metallic blue, Smoky and matte dark brown, Chocolate, which is basically like chocolate but it's matte, Glow Getter, which looks like a rose gold champagne colour, Girl Boss, which is kind of more like a cinnamon brown with the shimmer, Feminist, which is a dark green shimmer, and Aspire, which is a matte plum colour. So that's what they look like. Please, sorry, excuse the explosion. I have completely ruined this palette. It looks a lot nicer than this when you usually open it up. Right, so what I want to do is to swatch these shades for you so that you can have a look at what they look like. So I'm going to bring you in just a little bit closer, and then I'm going to do you an arm swatch so that you can get an idea of what we're working with. Alright, so I'm going to do the top row first, and I'm just going in, no primer, no anything on my finger, and going in with the colour Bold. So that is the matte orange. That's what that looks like. Right next to that is the one that I cracked, which is Transition, which is that medium toned brown, which probably blends into my skin almost impeccably, so you probably can't even tell that it's there, but it is right there next to it. Next to that is Dancing Queen. So gorgeous gold, goldy brown, and then Gold Digger, ooh, which has so much pigment. That's Gold Digger there. It is a gorgeous blue. I thought it was going to have a lot more shimmer than that in it. It's not glittery, it's more of a sheen, but that's really, really pretty. I'm actually happy that's a sheen because I thought it was going to be really similar to a colour that I had before in another palette, but it's not, so I'm enjoying that. And then lastly is Smoky, which is that really dark cool toned brown, which is going to be perfect to kind of add some depth to any kind of smoky eye that you've got. So that's the top row. Okay, so clean up my fingers and I'm just going to continue along here on my arm. So the first shade is Chocolate, which is basically that, a chocolatey shade. It almost has a little bit of a purple undertone to it, so it's kind of like a purpley brown. That's quite unique. I'm enjoying that. It's a cool tone shade. Next to that is that gorgeous champagne colour called Glow Getter. Looks like that. Gorgeous for a pop of colour on your like inner corner highlights, something like that. Beaut. Then next to that is Girl Boss. That's Girl Boss right there. So as I said, that's a coppery kind of shade, really pretty. And next to that is Feminist. Again, a metallic green, it's beautiful. And then the last shade is Aspire. Ooh, gorgeous, gorgeous plummy kind of pinkish, purpley shade. So that is the entire swatches of the Aspire collection eyeshadow palette. I've got to say, I haven't put any primer on, I haven't really excessively dipped into the shadows as I'm swatching them, and they are really, really smooth, really creamy, and pack a punch in terms of colour. So on swatch basis, they look great. So I can't wait now to kind of start applying that on to my eyes to see basically what they do. And just looking at the swatches there, I think I want to definitely use this orange colour, Bold. It is just screaming my name. It's such a beautiful orange, so I think I'm going to go in with Bold as one of the punchy colours, and then we'll see what else will happen basically after that. But I definitely want to incorporate that, and then let's see. Alright, because the palette has got a mirror in it, and it's actually a really nice size in terms of a mirror. It's kind of wide enough so that you can see past your eyes. I don't know if you guys struggle with that as well. Sometimes when you get an eyeshadow palette and it has a mirror, if it's not wide enough, I feel like I'm not seeing my face. So I don't really mind too much about the height, although the height of this is really good, but I need to see past the sides of my face so that I can see what my eyes look like in context. So I don't know whether you guys struggle with that, but it's definitely a plus for me, so well done, Joanna, with that. I've already primed my lids as per usual with my Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C13, and I've just lightly, very lightly set it with some RCMA powder. So now we're going to go in and start working on this. So I'm going to start off with the shade Transition, which is that gorgeous brown, which is basically, honestly, my skin tone. And I'm just going to very lightly dust that just above my crease, almost to my brow bone. It might look like nothing much is happening, but when you are building transition colours, it is really nice just to help lay down lighter colours, for me anyway, lighter colours, and work my way up to darker colours. And when you layer them on top of each other, I think you get more of a complex look, which is why I love to layer a lot of colours on top of each other, even if sometimes it feels like you're not seeing it, it is doing something. So this was the perfect transition shade, especially if you are a slightly lighter skin tone than me. For me, it's blending in almost very much like my skin tone, but I can definitely see it. If you're lighter than me, then this would be a wonderful transition. My skin tone, if you want like a deeper transition, then chocolate is probably your girl. But I want to start off light just because I want to exploit that orange shade. So there we are, I've laid down a little bit of transition, and I am just going to switch to a slightly smaller blending brush, and I'm going to go into that colour Bold. There is a little bit of kick up with the eyeshadows, But that never really bothers me so much. I know a lot of guys are like, oh, kick up, but to me it's kind of to be expected, especially with matte shades that have a lot of pigment. I find that they kick up colour quite a bit, so I'm not too stressed about that. So I'm kind of just going over into the crease with this bold colour, so laying it on top of the chocolate where it hits, but also bringing it down just a little bit more. In terms of colour payoff, it's not coming off as bright as it was when I swatched it onto my arm, but the trick to that is just to keep packing it on. Of course, when you start going in with your brush and start blending out, you lose some of that punch, but that's to be expected. So I'm just going to go back over the same area again and just pack it on and blend it out, pack it on and blend it out until I get kind of the desired look that I'm going for. I think I want to do a halo eye, so I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease with some concealer, and I'm just using the Makeup Revolution in the shade C12 for this. Okay, so I've cut my crease and I think I'm going to go into the shade Glow Getter. I'm a sucker for a champagne gold and I think that would look really nice with this look. I want to try and see, I know already that this performs well just by swatching it if you apply it with your finger, but I am more of an eyeshadow brush applier for all my eyeshadows. So I want to see, without spraying, what kind of payoff I can get. Okay, so I'm just going to pick this up onto a small flat shader brush and see what this goes like on. Oh, yes, yes, Joanna. Yes, as in, yes. Immediately, that is giving me what I need. I haven't even wet my brush. And basically I'm getting all of the colour payoff right onto my eye. That's amazing. As much as people talk about, you know, like matte shadows are difficult to formulate, and they are definitely difficult to formulate. And I think people kind of lean towards shimmers because they think it's easier. But getting that ratio of like glitter to colour right so that it's not too glittery is really tricky because that affects how it applies on your eye. If this was packed with a lot more glitter, I definitely would have been able to do this without wetting my brush. But this is more of a shimmer as opposed to a glitter shadow. So you're getting the shine, but without chunks of glitter in, so it makes it a lot easier to apply. I am really digging that, Joanna. Well done. Thank you so much. I bet if I spritzed this brush, I would get an insane amount of kind of glistening. I'm going to try that just now. So hold on, I've just packed that onto my lid, as you can see. I'm just going to spritz my brush and then go back in and pick up some more of this. And I am definitely getting more on the brush just by doing that. Yes, and then you can intensify it even more if you'd like. That looks good. Awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Boom. All right, so I need to help blend this in together. And so I'm just going to look for, Olivia, a small, no, I want one a bit smaller than that, a small blending brush, and I'm going to start blending in that halo eye from the edge. So I'm going to go back into that bold colour, which is the orange, and just on the ends, just start feathering that in so that we can get a nice blend. And take a teeny tiny pencil brush and go back into Glow Getter and use that to highlight my brow bone. thinking about how I'm going to finish off this look, and I want to just add a little bit more depth to the outer corner. So I'm going back into the palette into that shade Chocolate, and I'm just using that to help very lightly deepen up the edges of this smoky eye. I think I just want it to have a little bit more depth. Being careful, of course, not to go and erase that transition that I did with the bold. So right now we've got the Glow Getter in the center, transitioning to bold, transitioning to chocolate, which I think is looking how I want it to look. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner and pop on some lashes, and I'll be back to finish off the rest of my face and my eye. So now we need to balance back out the under eye because it's looking super bare and a little bit scary. And I think I want to incorporate some colour because that blue shade in this palette, which is called Gold Digger, I wasn't expecting it to be so amazing, but I really liked it when I swatched it, so I think I'm going to use that to add a pop of colour under my eye. But first I want to line my waterline, so I'm going into this eyeliner pencil by NYX, Slide On Glide On, eyeliner in the shade Sunrise Blue. Looks like that, it's gorgeous, it kind of matches the metallicness of the Gold Digger shade, and I'm going to use this to put onto my waterline. I love these NYX liners, by the way, because they are so creamy. They look so good on. So I am actually using this in my waterline. And it is a metallic blue, so it has got a little bit of glitter in it as well. But it's not irritating to the eye, I mean, you can't feel that at all. So I've lined my waterline with the blue, and then now I'm going to get a teeny tiny smudge brush. I think I'll use this one. I'm going to go in with a smudge brush, and I want to pick up Gold Digger and then use that to line underneath my eye. I'm tapping off the excess on this because I don't want this powder all up in my eye. And I'm basically just tapping it I'm just tapping this under my eye. Okay, so that's my eyes done, and then now we're going to go into the lips. So you guys will have seen my video, of course, when I swatched Basically and Unapologetic. So I wanted to use swatches of the other colours as well, and so that you can see what they look like. But let me start off with those two first. So you remember Unapologetic is a lovely dark, deep red tone. Looks like that. And then the nude colour was Basically, I don't know, whatever. Gorgeous, gorgeous nude. I really like that. It's kind of like a pinky nude. Beautiful. Yep. So the other two shades are Free Spirit and Fearless. So they look like that. They probably look quite similar on the camera, but when you're looking at them in person, you can see that Free Spirit is a lovely mid-tone brown and Fearless is kind of like a reddy brown. So we're going to start off with Free Spirit. So Free Spirit is that one right there. Gorgeous. Free Spirit. And the last one is Fearless. Yeah, so Fearless definitely has a little bit of like purpley reddy brown under it. So those are the four colours. These colours look really nice, and it just I'm glad that Joanna kind of picks these colours. They really complement each other well, and they sit well as a collection. And I think these are all colours that anybody would want to have in their kind of kit. If you're looking for these kind of staple colours that you can wear all the time, then I think these are beautiful. So on the lips today, we are gonna go in, I think, with those two at the end there. I'm gonna line my lips first with Fearless. And you guys will remember I said already that the great thing about the applicator of these liquid lipsticks is that it's like really flat, so you can actually use them to line your lips as well, if you haven't gone in with a liquid, with a lip liner first. So let's go in with Fearless. And I'm just going to use that to line my lips. So, pretty much filled in my entire lip apart from a little gap. But that is Fearless. And I think that name is amazing for this colour, yes, because it is a fearless colour. It's bold, it's lovely and deep, it's just what you want it to be. And then we're going to go in with Free Spirit in the centre. Free Spirit is just a brown. I don't know how else to describe it. It's brown. Mid-tone brown maybe. And you can see what I'm doing. I'm smacking my lips together and I'm smacking them together quite a lot, and they're not doing that horrible peel off thing. So Joanna did mention that they last, they don't dry down immediately, so that gives you time to be able to do this. So you get a really nice ombre. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. This is what we've managed to come up with the palette and the liquid lipsticks. I really like this palette. I think Joanna really thought through what she wanted to achieve with this. It's not just like a quickly bashed together palette, and the colours really complement each other really well. So you've got the standard colours that you always need in a palette, which are your transition shades, you know, and a smoky colour. I hate it when there's not enough, not a black or a brown that's deep enough to kind of give you a good smoky eye. And then she's got gorgeous pops of colour, and then she's got gorgeous shimmer shades in here that are the standard, your gold, like Glow Getter, which is champagne, your Dancing Queen, which is like a mid-tone kind of gold, and then you've got Girl Boss, which is giving you that copper vibe. But then you've also got the pops of colour, so you've got Gold Digger in there, and you've got Feminist, the blue and the green, which are giving you something beautiful. Aspire, the matte kind of plummy shade, is beautiful as well, and I can see how that kind of fits into the whole colour scheme of this. And I love that the bold colour is in there as well, the orange, which looks beautiful either as a transition or just as a colour on melanated skin. I just noticed as well actually on the front of the package, so it's got this like cartoon sketch of a city, and then it's got a girl that's in, so everything's in black and white, and then it's got the girl in here who has colours on, and actually the colours that she's got on are well reflected in the palette. So she's wearing like a kitenge kind of jumpsuit, and it's got like the blue in there, and it's got gold, and her skin is lovely and brown. I just think that it's just well thought out. I really like this. It's a nice size for a palette, so fits in your handbag if you want to, you know, put this in your handbag and do your makeup during the day or touch up. The fact that it's got a mirror is amazing because you don't need to have an extra mirror as well, and the mirror, as I said, is big enough to be able to see your eyes and actually your face. I don't know if I would do my full face in this mirror, but like worst come to worst, I could do my full face in this mirror. So I really appreciate that. This retails for 2,600 shillings, which I think is very fair for what you get. And also don't forget, and this is a tip that I do all the time, that you can actually use a lot of these shades for more than on your eyes. So for example, you could use Glow Getter as a highlight on the tops of your cheeks, on your Cupid's bow, like it would work really well. If you're a lot darker, then probably Dancing Queen could work, or a mix of the two. You could use Bold as a blush. I love orange blush, and you've seen me use the Sleek palette, but this bold colour would also work as a blush, as would Aspire also work as a blush. That's the deep plummy purple in the corner. The chocolate shade could work really nicely as a bronzer for some of you, and also Smoky could work as a contour if you are super dark, but just go light-handed with it because it is almost black. It's a very deep brown. So just, you know, think about the palette not just as for your eyes, because it can work beyond that, and I think that's the beauty of having colours that are beautiful and that work for different things. Yeah, so on to the liquid lipsticks. As I said, I think these really work well as a collection together. They complement each other really well, and I think you can probably get away with doing a ton of different looks. Something that I might try actually, which I haven't tried before, is pairing Unapologetic, which is the red, with Basically, which is the nude in the centre, just to bring a little bit of rosiness to the centre. I wonder what that would look like. I'll play around with that a lot because I know that the other three, the Fearless, Free Spirit and Basically, are kind of brown, nude kind of shades, so they work really well together. I also suspect that using Fearless and Unapologetic, which is the deepest brown, and the red, would also look really nice together to have that kind of ombre effect from deep to red in the center. I have worn Unapologetic for almost a full day the other day, and they do stay on really well and kind of fade nicely as well. They don't do that horrible crumbly thing that a lot of liquid lipsticks can do, or at least used to do when they were first kind of coming out. I think the technology has kind of evolved, and you can have these lasting on your lips without looking kind of horrible and patchy as the day goes on. Just watch out, of course, if you're eating oily foods, because that will always break down your liquid lipsticks. Yeah, so that brings me to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, then please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you loved it, then please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Join the fam gang, it'll be lovely to have you on board. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.